Walk into an American dealership today and try to find a sedan. You're in for a shock. 12 sedans have disappeared from the U.S. market in the last 2 years, according to industry data. Acura stopped building one, so did Infiniti, Volvo, and Subaru. Only 4 American car companies still sell a sedan at all, and one of them is down to its last model year. And last year, 1.5 million Americans still walked into a showroom and bought one anyway. So why is a car people are still buying getting killed off, brand after brand? Let's break it down, starting with the one that went for a reason nobody saw coming. Number 12. Volvo S60. This one has a very specific story behind it, and it's not what you'd expect. The S60 was the sensible choice. You bought one because it was safe, it was comfortable, and it never tried to be flashy. The last generation moved 56,631 of them in this country, starting around $42,600. 10 years ago, that would have been enough to keep a car alive. So here's what actually happened. In June 2024, Volvo ended S60 production at its plant in South Carolina because it needed that assembly line for the EX90, its big electric crossover. The EX90 is built there now. The customers stayed. The production line didn't. And then the next Volvo disappeared for a reason nobody could control. Number 11. Volvo S90. The S90 was the Volvo you moved up to. Smooth, comfortable, beautifully finished. And built in China. That last detail ended it. In April, a 125% tariff landed on China-built goods coming into the United States, cars included. Importing an S90 became too expensive overnight, and Volvo wasn't going to eat that cost on a car already selling in tiny numbers. How tiny? 1,364 units in its final full year. Not 13,000, 1,364 in the whole country. That's not a slow seller. That's almost nobody. Volvo wanted the S90 to compete with the BMW 5 Series and the Mercedes E-Class. Even before the tariff showed up, dealers were discounting thousands just to move one off the lot. So with the S60 gone and the S90 pulled, Volvo doesn't sell a sedan here at all anymore. It's the XC40, the XC60, and the XC90, and that's the whole lineup. The S60 was built in South Carolina. The S90 was built in China. That one difference decided which of the two went first. The car wasn't the problem. The tariff was. Volvo lost a slow seller. Acura lost one of the best sports sedans anyone built. Number 10. Acura TLX. This one's hard to explain. The TLX was good. The Type S made 355 horsepower and outgripped the BMW M340i on the skid pad. That part was never the problem. Acura buyers had a sports sedan that beat the Germans at their own game, and it undercut a comparable BMW by thousands. Sales slid anyway. The TLX peaked in 2015 at 47,080 units. By 2024, it was down to 7,478. More than 80% gone in 9 years. Production ended in July 2025. But here's what changed. Crossovers earn Acura more on that same assembly line. The sedan lost. So here's what buyers are left with. The showroom is crossovers from top to bottom. If you want an Acura sedan now, you're shopping used. The TLX was the last one. A better car lost to a more profitable one. Acura stopped at sedans. The next brand didn't stop there. Number 9. Infiniti Q50. The Q50 was Infiniti's answer to the BMW 3 Series, and for a while buyers loved it. At its peak, it sold just under 47,000 units in a single year. Infiniti gave buyers 400 horsepower for thousands less than BMW. That was the attraction. Then it stopped updating the car. 11 years, almost unchanged, before production ended. Nothing replaced it, and nothing was ever meant to. Today, the brand only sells 4 vehicles. Every one is an SUV. The Q50 was the last rear-wheel drive Infiniti America ever got. Sedans built this company's reputation. If you were shopping a Q50 against a 3 Series, Infiniti has nothing to show you now. Infiniti didn't lose a model. It gave up the thing that made it Infiniti. The Q50 cost $43,000. Number 8 cost less than $20,000, and taking it away hit millions of buyers. Number 8. Nissan Versa. The Versa was the cheapest new car in America, under $20,000, with a full warranty. First job, first loan, first car that wasn't somebody's hand-me-down. Nissan ended American production in December 2025, and look at what that leaves. The Sentra now starts at $23,845 and the Kicks at $23,925. So you're paying roughly $3,900 more than the Versa asked for. That's a completely different monthly payment. And at this end of the market, it isn't a rounding error. Throw in the Kicks Play, which Nissan canceled at the same time, and two of the country's most affordable vehicles went out together. So Nissan no longer sells a new car under $20,000. And almost nobody else does either. And the car is still being built. Nissan makes it in Mexico and ships it to dozens of countries where it sells perfectly well. It's only Americans who can't have it. And at that price, the competition was never another new car. It was somebody's used one. The Versa ended over price. The next badge disappeared for a reason that had nothing to do with sales. Number 7. Audi A4. There was nothing wrong with the A4. Audi simply changed the name. Here's what happened. Gas cars would get odd numbers. Electric cars would get even numbers. And that created a problem for the A4. It was a gas car with an even number. So Audi renamed it the A5. That's it. That's the entire reason one of Audi's best-known models is finished. The replacement starts at $47,700, which is more than the A4 ever asked for. And by the end, Audi was down to roughly 112 A4 sedans left in American dealer stock. 30 years of A4 buyers suddenly had to shop for something called an A5 instead. Same showroom, same salesperson, a different badge on the trunk, and a bigger number on the window sticker. Renaming a car is one thing. Walking away after 42 years is something else. Number 6. Nissan Maxima. Nissan called it the four-door sports car, and for years that wasn't just marketing. It was quick, it was comfortable, and it was what you bought when you'd outgrown everything else in the showroom. The Maxima was on sale for 42 years. And then watch how it ended. In 2019, the Maxima sold 35,076 units. 3 years later, it was down to 7,110, and Nissan stopped production in the middle of 2023. So what went wrong? The 2023 Maxima started at $38,140, while an Altima did almost the same job for roughly $10,000 less. Most buyers simply bought the Altima instead, and that's where the Maxima got squeezed. Nissan's answer is the new Sentra. There was supposed to be an electric replacement as well, but that got pushed back to 2029 or 2030. The top of Nissan's lineup is just gone, and nothing ever took its place. Nissan gave up after 42 years. Subaru did the same. Number 5. Subaru Legacy. Subaru owners buy the same badge over and over. They keep their cars a decade, take them through weather nobody else wants to drive in, and come back for another one. If loyalty could save a sedan, the Legacy was untouchable. Since 1989, it put more than 1.3 million cars into American driveways. Even that couldn't save it. The Legacy offered all-wheel drive in a sedan when that was rare, and that was the reason to pick one over a Camry. Subaru still sells all-wheel drive, just not in a sedan anymore. Here's what happened. The Outback is a Legacy with a taller body and some plastic cladding. It costs about $3,000 more, and Subaru sells several times as many. Both were built at the same plant in Indiana, so this was never about capacity, but about which one made the company more money. The Outback didn't just outsell the Legacy, it replaced the car it was built from. The next one didn't fade out at all. It sold out and got canceled in the same year. Number 4. Cadillac CT4. Nothing else on this list makes less sense. Cadillac built the CT4 to fight the BMW 3 Series. In Blackwing form, it became one of the greatest American performance cars ever built. 472 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, and a 6-speed manual as standard equipment at $63,600. Cadillac closed the order books in April 2026, and the final model year sold out. Buyers wanted it, put their names down, and the company still discontinued it. Nobody saw that coming, and that's not a sales problem. So the cheapest Cadillac you can buy is a crossover. The small sedan is gone. If you were saving up for a Blackwing, there's no next model year waiting for you. Every Blackwing that will ever exist has already been built. They were built in small numbers to begin with, so the ones on the road right now are all there will ever be. The next one will surprise a few of you. That car wasn't supposed to end at all. Number 3. Tesla Model S. The Model S changed the entire electric car market. Now Tesla is ending it after the 2026 model year. The Model X goes with it. Before the Model S arrived in 2012, an electric car meant something small and slow that you apologized for. This one went a long way and people wanted it because it was genuinely fast. 14 years later, the company it built is finished with it. The biggest reason is price. The 2026 Model S starts at $86,990. A Model 3 costs a fraction of that, and a Model Y not much more. Anyone holding out for a redesigned Model S has their answer now. There isn't a new one coming, and after 2026 the only big Tesla you can buy is a crossover. Tesla followed the models buyers were actually choosing. That's not the surprising part. The next one ends more than a century of an American brand. Number 2. Cadillac CT5. Once the CT4's order books shut, the CT5 was Cadillac's only sedan left. It ends after the 2026 model year 2. The CT6 went first, the CT4 goes this year, and the CT5 is the last one standing. Cadillac even raised prices before ending it. The Blackwing crossed $100,000, and it takes one of the last supercharged V8 sedans with it: the DeVille, the Seville, the Eldorado. Cadillac spent a century building big American sedans. Now the showroom is crossovers, SUVs, and the Escalade. Cadillac says a gasoline-powered successor is planned. There's no name for it, no date, and no price. Cadillac didn't just end a car, it closed a chapter that lasted almost 100 years. Anyone who wants a new Cadillac with a trunk has about a year left. And somehow the biggest shock still isn't Cadillac. Number 1. Chevrolet Malibu. In November 2024, a red Malibu RS came down the line at the Fairfax assembly plant in Kansas. It looked like any other Malibu. It was the last one ever built. The Malibu was simply the sedan millions of Americans bought, and price is the reason it mattered. It started at $24,700, one of the last affordable midsize sedans anybody was still building. Chevrolet had built the Malibu in one form or another since before most of its buyers were born. Today it sells trucks, SUVs, and the Corvette. The country's biggest car brand doesn't build a single sedan anymore. The Fairfax plant didn't close either. It was retooled to build the next Chevy Bolt. The Malibu didn't lose to the Camry or the Accord. It lost the room it was being built in. There were still around 7,000 unsold Malibus on dealer lots when that last car came off the line. Those are gone now, so if you want one, you'll almost certainly be shopping used. The most ordinary car in America is gone. What ties all 12 together? Go back to where we started. About 1.5 million Americans bought a sedan last year, close to 1 in every 10 new vehicles sold. The Camry alone did 316,185 and grew 2%. The Corolla, the Elantra, and the Kia K5 all grew too. Americans didn't stop buying sedans. Automakers simply found more profitable vehicles to build. That's why affordable new cars keep disappearing and prices keep climbing. The cheapest new car in America is gone, and nothing under $23,000 replaced it. So which sedan on this list do you miss the most? And would you buy a new one today if somebody still built it? Comment below. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. The next one covers the SUVs that replaced all of them, and the ones already showing serious problems. See you there. Thanks for watching.